unpopular subjects, and that's saying a lot because I'm unpopular. But I've been thinking about this for a while because a lot of the subjects surrounding it, at least my view on it, people bring up instigator, edgelord, shit like that, right? And I don't want to be like everybody else and be like, I have an excuse, but I technically do. And let's see if we can break this down in a way that anyone that does not have a physical or mental disability would understand. So, there are two types of people in this world, right? Just two. Those that do, and those that don't. Now, a lot of people are just jackasses in lion's clothing. That's all it is. You're either a doer or you don't. But if you're a don't, you try to masquerade that as you being a doer, right? And I've been called a lot of things. Try hard, crybaby, edgelord, blah, 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 blah. But I think there's two things that get in the way. One, anybody that was ever born with a disability will understand exactly what I'm talking about. Anybody that wasn't, if you haven't gone through the shittiest of hard times early in life, you're not going to understand what I'm about to talk about. All right? So, in my life, right, I was born with cerebral palsy. I was diagnosed at a grade 4, which if you look it up means I was never supposed to walk. I was never supposed to run. I was never supposed to play sports. I was going to be in a wheelchair my whole life, right? But through sheer force of will and determination, I picked myself up. I started by crawling. I slowly started by standing up. And for anybody that does not have a physical disability, specifically cerebral palsy, you will never understand the type of pain that puts you through. Just standing up, even to this day in life, hurts like hell. You hear me constantly refer to it as, it's not Dante's Inferno, it's Dustin's Inferno, right? Hi guys. And this is the end-all be-all answer to the entire equation. I could have sat on my ass. I could have played the victim. I could have played poor me. But I didn't. I'm better than that. I know I'm better than that. I have the sheer force of will to do anything. And because I'm able to grin and bear it the way that I do, I make this shit look good. You would never know the kind of pain that I'm actually in. Because let's not forget, grade 4 is the worst that it can be. You're basically you're the guy in the wheelchair. He can't move his arms, constant pain because everything is just like it's pulling. It's pulling like it has no dexterity. It has nothing, right? And you have to force yourself through that. You have to force yourself through the spasms. You have to force yourself. There are doers and there's don'ters. And the thing about being a doer is Everybody will always be looking for a reason to say that you are not who you say you are, regardless of how many times you stand up and are like, what, motherfucker? And then the classic one that normal people love to run into is they love to threaten you. When they see somebody who is who they say they are, the first thing they do, they threaten. They get in your face. They threaten you. They expect you to back down. They think you're a fake. That says more about you than it says about me, right? Who agrees with that? If somebody sees you doing your best, regardless of if they know anything about it or not, and they get upset about it to the point where they have to get in your face and threaten you to get you to back down, that says more about them than about me. And me being born disabled, me going through the shit that I have, let me tell you, and I've said this many times on here, if you're a bully, I'm exactly the one you don't want to run into. Because I'm the one that will stand up for the little guy. Because I'm the one that lifted himself out of a wheelchair. I'm the one that puts himself through hell to this day, twice a day, doing shit ton workouts like fucking Hell Week. Anybody play football, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Anybody do wrestling, you'll understand what I'm talking about. There's doers and there's don'ters. Are you a lion or are you a jackass in lion clothing? Because as somebody who has showed up every second of his existence, embraced every second of his existence, regardless of good or bad, no matter the shit you talk about me, at the end of the day, I did it. I showed up. I did the work, regardless of how it made me feel. That is something that your threats, that your insults, that everything can never fucking take away from me. None of you can break me. The only one that can break me is myself. And trust me, I've been broken. We ain't going down that road ever again. I'm awake. I'm out of the hole. I ain't digging myself back in. I ain't going back to hell. Fuck off with that. We ain't, nah. See, and here's the thing. You're a tryhard. You're an edgelord. You ain't about what you're about. Just because I will never start a fight doesn't mean I won't be the one to break your fucking neck and end it. Get that through your head. Get that through your head right fucking now. Because I had the choice to sit in that fucking wheelchair. Let everybody feel sorry for me. Hell no. There's two paths in life, ladies and gentlemen. Carl Jung wrote this out perfectly back in the 1920s. You're either the villain or you're the victim. And I made a choice a long time ago when I was 2 years old. Imagine that. I'm 44 right now. I made the choice at 2 to be the villain, to step up, to step in, to lock in, to show up, to be the first man on the line, the first one in and the last one fucking out. I am that franchise quarterback, motherfuckers. I am. Because my path in life has done nothing but prove that. So if you want to sit here and you want to be a keyboard warrior and you want to insult people, come talk to me. Because I ain't a weak fuck that gets offended and then wants to go off himself because people don't like him. No, I've existed for 44 years being the person no one likes because no one's willing to be honest with themselves. No one's willing to accept that about other people because it breaks your fragile little ego. Let me let you in on a little secret. You need your ego broken. You need it broken. You will never know who you fucking are until you have that broken. Are you going to crumble and cry and feel bad for yourself? Or are you going to man the fuck up and be like, Nah, bitch, we going again. Which one are you? Are you the one that constantly is the one that shows up and does the work while everybody else takes fucking credit for it? Or are you the one taking the credit and didn't do any of the fucking work? These are things you can never take away from me. I'm always the most capable in the room. I'm usually always the most intelligent in the room. And I'm always the one that is willing to take the first step. Period. Because remember, and never forget this, never, fortune favors the bold. Not the reserve, not the safe. Fortune favors the bold. The ones that are willing to put themselves out there and look like shit to get the job done. Yeah, it wasn't the greatest, but it got the job done. Something for you guys to think about today. As you're going through your day asking for Jesus for forgiveness for whatever the fuck you guys did this week. That's fucking pathetic. You guys go out and live a hedonistic lifestyle just to go in there and ask for forgiveness on the final day of the week. That sounds like a bunch of jackasses in lion's clothing.